What's up, everyone? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I want to talk about Manny Pacquiao versus Keith one-time Thurman. The fight is official. It's taking place on July 20th on Fox pay-per-view. Manny Pacquiao, who has been fighting for 23 years plus, holds the regular version of the WBA crown, is facing off against Keith one-time Thurman, who holds the super version, the legitimate version of the WBA crown. So this fight is going to consolidate those two titles and give us one clear world champion in that sanctioning body. So I'm excited, and I've always been an advocate of Manny Pacquiao getting the biggest payday possible because he's earned it. He's fought the best of his era. He's done it all. He's an 8th division world champion. Manny Pacquiao does not have to be fighting fighters like Keith Thurman. I've always been advocating that Pacquiao retire. Why? Because I don't want to see one of my favorite fighters lose badly. Now I'm not. This isn't about, I don't think Manny Pacquiao can't pull the trigger anymore. I'm well aware. I know that Pacquiao is a fighter. I know that Pacquiao still has skills, still has the power, the speed to give anybody trouble. But I just get nervous about him, being like, for example, who Oscar De La Hoya was to him when he beat him in his prime back in 08. I get nervous about Manny Pacquiao being a Julio Cesar Chavez, who on one night the younger lion gets the best of him and beats him. Because you get emotionally invested into these fighters. So whoever your favorite fighter is, I'm pretty sure that you're, at least to a certain degree, emotionally invested in that fighter because you're so you're admired by their work, their story. You're into them, not like that, guys. Come on now, but you're into the fighter as just someone you like to watch fight, and someone that you've come to maybe look up to, and so. That's what Manny Pacquiao is to me too, as I'm sure he is to a lot of other fans out there. Manny Pacquiao is a legend. Manny Pacquiao has done it all, and that's why when these sort of fights get made, I begrudgingly sometimes go along with it. Why? Because of those same reasons that I expressed right now. But the fight is made. There's nothing we can do besides tune in on July 20th and watch two great fighters go at it. You have Keith Thurman, who's coming off of a tougher than expected fight victory over Josecito Lopez back in January. Manny Pacquiao outpointed Adrian Broner in the same month. Both of them hold belts in the same sanctioning body, the WBA, the World Boxing Association. And so this is going to be a great fight. I'm expecting a great fight because Manny Pacquiao at 40 years old, 40 years of age, can still pull the trigger. I still think that he has the abilities, the foot movement, the power, the speed to give anybody trouble. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Manny Pacquiao, when he was at his peak, he was above all else or everyone else, or if not, neck and neck with the best of that time. Manny Pacquiao right now in his decline is evening out now more with other fighters. So does that mean that Manny Pacquiao isn't good anymore? No, I'm not saying that. I still think that at 40 years old, Manny Pacquiao in his recent fights has shown that he's not shot. He's not damaged goods. Manny Pacquiao can still fight, and he's demonstrated that he has also adapted to his age, which is something that I like and admire about older fighters. When they're able to accept that they're older, they're able to accept what their bodies are telling them, that they can't fight like they used to 10, 15 years ago. So they have to adapt to that. And that's exactly what I've seen from Manny Pacquiao. I've seen Manny Pacquiao adapt to his age and to what his body is telling him now at 40 years old. Manny Pacquiao is more selective with his punches. He lets his hands go in flurries like he used to, but only in the right moments. He's not wild like that like he used to be, maybe, which was a good thing for him back in his prime because he had the power, velocity, the speed. But he's not like that anymore. He's more selective with his output, and when he lands, he's precise. And that's exactly what we're seeing against fighters like Matisse, Adrian Broner, that he's a little slower, but he's more precise with his punches. He still lets those combinations go, those 4, 5, 6 punch combinations like he used to. You get excited when you see that because you're like, wow, that's vintage Pacquiao. But then he slows down again and continues to work at a slower pace. And then again, he picks it up right at the right moments. And that's what I like about Manny Pacquiao. Older fighters that are able to recognize that their bodies can't go at the same speed that they used to, so they adapt to that. And not only that, but he's got a body, obviously his body is still reacting well. So when you couple his experience of 23 plus years with a body that is still reacting well, with a mind that is still reacting well, that still has good reflexes, I think that makes for a dangerous fighter. Of course, you do run into the limitations, physical limitations. At some point, brute strength, brute power can overtake any experienced fighter, no matter how experienced they are or how capable they are of fighting. Sometimes youth really does overtake even the most experienced veterans out there. But Manny Pacquiao still has some left in the tank, and that's what really intrigues me about this matchup. Manny Pacquiao defeating Keith Thurman, I think would really, let's be honest here, Manny Pacquiao doesn't have to do anything else. Manny Pacquiao has a cemented legacy. Manny Pacquiao could lose to Keith Thurman and it wouldn't take anything away from his legacy. But what about if Manny Pacquiao defeats Keith Thurman? What happens then? What happens if a 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao, who already experienced his prime years, and many say that back in 2008, 2009, he already had a Hall of Fame career. Manny Pacquiao could have retired before moving up to 147 pounds, dismantling Miguel Cotto, and going on that crazy streak that he did. Before that, Manny Pacquiao, some say he already had a Hall of Fame career. And so he did all that. Then he's on the twilight of his career. He's on the decline. And now he's facing a top 3, top 5 welterweight world champion who's in the prime of his career, who is strong, young, fast, skillful. What if Manny Pacquiao defeats a fighter like Keith Thurman? I think that would only help his legacy, would only help cement him even more as an all-time great. Like I said, he loses, his legacy is already cemented. But a win against a Keith Thurman fighter, a fighter of his caliber, wouldn't always damage him. It would only also boost Pacquiao's legacy and add to his illustrious career. Now, am I saying that he needs these fights? No. Do not get it wrong. Just because they would add to his legacy or just help to solidify it even more doesn't mean that he needs it. Really, he doesn't have to take this fight, and it's a done deal. Manny Pacquiao's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's boxing's only 8th division world champion. He's already an all-time great. He's a legend of the sport. Manny Pacquiao doesn't need this fight, but if he wins, you just can't deny that it wouldn't add more to his stock as an all-time great and probably give him a boost when you're talking about all-time greats and the best ever in boxing. So Manny Pacquiao, he has the opportunity to do just that. Win a world title, a legitimate world title against a prime elite welterweight. A fighter that's considered amongst the best in the division, amongst the top 3, because you have Keith Thurman, you have Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, and below that you also have Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. So Keith Thurman is amongst the top 3, if not the top 5 welterweights in the world today. Manny Pacquiao beating a fighter like that, I think that just adds more to it. So guys, let me know what you guys think. How do you see this fight going down? Do you think Manny Pacquiao has enough left in the tank to beat Keith Thurman? Do you think Keith Thurman's going to pull off the upset? Let me know, guys, in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video, guys. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not a great speaker. I'm not really fluent when it comes to these recordings because I get kind of nervous. I kind of trip on my words sometimes, but I'm learning. I'm trying, guys, because I really like boxing and I want to hear it from you guys. So let me know. Subscribe. Follow Torres Boxing on Instagram and visit the website too if you like to read on boxing at torresboxing.com, guys. Till then, I'm out. God bless you and have a great rest of your day.